Hello everyone, this is Serenis here, back with another Halo 5 video for you guys today. I'm very excited to bring this one to you today, guys, as you can no doubt see from the title. So yeah, Halo 5 free-for-all versus B11, we meet again. So it's a bit of a funny story with B11. Ryan and I matched B11 and Tommy Cost in MCC, this is a few months back now, in Halo 4 doubles, and swept them 30-13, but to be fair to them, they're Halo 3 players at heart, so, it would be a different story, I think, if we played them in Halo 3. But anyway, determined to give B11 another chance to match up against me. He didn't know it was me, because I wasn't on alternate. This was gameplay, guys, from the June-July season when Molten, the new map which you're going to see in this gameplay, came out. And this is when I matched B11 and some really other good players in this game as well. And I was playing alternate because there's no point in me going for a champion, because I went on holiday in June, like halfway through June, and at the beginning of the month I was playing against people like Turley and stuff like that. But I had to abandon Inner Serenity 69 because I just didn't like the fact people would know who I am, and I started off a bit rusty on this account. Airrhyme 2790378, I remember the numbers, didn't just look at the screen. But I started on this new account because I just wanted to practice in private and not have anyone know who I was until August, because August is when I'm going to play on my main and go for a really good champion. But this is just gameplay from the practice I did in June and July, and hopefully in the future when you see my August gameplays you can see a massive improvement in my free-for-all gameplay. So the new map Molten, guys, it's a really interesting map to play free-for-all. Funny enough, it's only been out for a short time, but it's one of my best played maps in free-for-all. Like, most of my wins in FFA that I got during this month of practice was on Molten, so definitely play it quite well in FFA. Beating B11 today as well was a real achievement. This gameplay happened like 3 days ago, prior to me recording it, but I was really happy with the win. And after the gameplay, I just messaged B11, which you're going to see, just saying that Ryan still wants his 1v1. That's heroic 7 to him, because that's a tag that we. That's the tag Ryan beat him on when we played him in doubles. So, but B11's a great player. I have a lot of respect for him. But I've got to be honest with you, it's saying that B11 was not the best player in this lobby, in my opinion. Like, in terms of who was really making me work for the win. And I've got to say that this Adzzyy guy that you're going to see, I fight neck and neck with in this gameplay to win this one, was really, really going for it, and really playing quite well. And as I said, B11 is a great player, but he wasn't really showing that in his gameplay. I did the majority of the time I did get the 1v1 outplayed on him, or get his kill or something like that. He didn't really cause me too many problems in his gameplay, if I'm honest. That's a really nice poach on the kill that he was trying to get there, and getting him as well for a double. So at this point you can see Adzzyy here with the annoyance, one of the overpowered automatics. That's one thing I really don't like about Halo 5, actually, and I think that's something that would really change the skill gap in this game. I think a lot of the automatics are too overpowered. I think the assault rifle is bad enough, but the storm rifle and the new plasma repeater is just is a complete joke, to be honest. I think if they took those weapons out in this gameplay, obviously it's not going to happen, but I think if they did take them out, this game would be a vast improvement in how it plays. But just switching back to my POVs, Halo 5 theater is a bit funny, but yeah, so I think if they took those automatics out, the game would be a lot better, but just the way it is. But it's really exciting to match B11 again. He's a really great player. I did have a feeling it would be him, because I recognised the emblem, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this matchup. But I was playing it quite cool. Molten free-for-all plays. It's quite straightforward, actually. This map to play more than the others, actually, in terms of spawns. So at the start of the game, when you spawn under snipe, there is a spawn outside to where the lava is, we can see now on your screen. And sometimes it's like 50-50% chance. Like, sometimes a player will spawn there, then at other times they won't. So, but if you spawn on the snipe, your first immediate reaction, as I've talked about before in free-for-alls, you should know exactly what to do with your spawn. The first thing you should do in that scenario is actually just throw a nade at the lava entrance there and try and clear up that kill. That's the first thing you have to do off that spawn. And it's definitely a learning curve when playing free-for-all to learn like how to play off every different spawn on every single map, because there has been times where I've played a map I haven't played for a while, say like midship, or you know, say like what other can I use, Fathom or something like that. You know, the older maps, I haven't really played them a lot because of these new ones that have been brought in, and you know, sometimes getting a foreign spawn at the start, it can be very confusing for me, because there's a very well seasoned player that gets the kill on me because I just didn't know, you know, which way to push off my spawn because I hadn't played the map for a while. So you do have to be alert of, you know, really knowing those spawns and you know, who spawns where and who has what, because you know, if you get off to a bad start in FFA, sometimes it can be very hard to come back, especially against really good players. I find often that if I go down really early, I can't crawl back up and, you know, fight for first place again. So I have to say in Halo 5, your starting, you know, plays really do matter quite a lot, as much as the end does as well. So you really do have to make the most of your opportunities in the beginning and just try and get an early lead, because it's very hard to keep up if you don't. So so you definitely have to work on that. It's really important in Halo 5 free-for-all, actually, over more than any other game. And I gotta be honest with you, Halo 5 free-for-all is so annoying to play. I don't know how I do it, to be honest, but I just like, you know, I enjoy playing it, and you know, I enjoy getting a good win when it happens. And I'm the kind of free-for-all player that, you know, I'm not very consistent like with the wins. I'll be honest with you, I win about 40% of my games, so it's not the greatest win rate. Obviously there are players with 50 to 70. In the case of Turley, wins like 70% of his games, so he's pretty godlike. But my friend Gamble as well has 54%, which is really good as well. But I think the reason I'm sitting at 40 is because I haven't really perfected every map yet in terms of playing it. So I think once I've done that, my win rate will increase. But I think most of the time, the way I play free-for-all, I'll either do really shockingly bad and come like 5th or 6th because I just can't get back into the game if I'm down. Or I'm the kind of player that when I win the game, I get a really, you know, solid YouTube win like this against B11, or, you know, players of a real high caliber. And you're also going to see I have a really nice win against Adrifted coming up, which I'll probably upload after this one at the timing of this. So this will probably be uploaded end of July by the time of practice end, because I'll be starting to play for the new season, and you know, people will see that I'm on my main and everything, so that's probably when I'll upload this gameplay end of July. But the Adrifted game is really, you know, a great watch as well, because I really go off in that, and you know, really sock it home to Adrifted actually, and go on a killing frenzy. So I think you guys will enjoy that gameplay as well. But yeah, that's the kind of free-for-all player I am. So it's kind of like hit and miss with me. Either I'll do something really amazing, or I'll just completely suck ass in the game and cry about it and move on. But you know, it's not such a bad thing. You know, more often than not, I am placing the top 3, but it's a struggle free-for-all. It's hard, you know. You know, because all the players are really good. You know, some of the things are out of your control, like what the players do in the game obviously is beyond your control, but you have to do as much as you can to try and keep yourself in with the fight, and, you know, keep yourself in with a chance of winning. That was a really nice 1v1 outplay on B11 there, just such a great play to stay alive. It was unfortunate that I couldn't get away, but I just anticipated his thrust, and that's a really nice 1v1 outplay on B11 right there. And I think B11, its gameplay, I'll be honest with you, like, as I said earlier, you know, great player, he's got a lot of credit and, you know, has a great resume and everything, but I think he was a lot better, you know, like a few years ago, because I find with him now, like, he's still a threat, of course, you know, of course he's a threat. He was one of the players I was more intimidated in this lobby, because I didn't really know the other players, but I think he is less threatening than I thought he was. You know, I think since I've got a couple of wins on him, I don't find him as threatening now as I used to, but definitely still a name to watch out for, and, you know, he's definitely you know, still a player not to be messed with. So, you know, I'm not saying he's easy by any means, but you know, he is still a quality player. But not as threatening as I thought. There are definitely other players out there that play this game that are very much more on point. So, you know, but I thought Adzzyy in his gameplay, for example, was pretty good. He definitely made me work for this win. As you can see, I'm tied 20 all with him, and every time I come off my spawn, I'm desperately looking for those, you know, 1 or 2 kills I can get for each life. So I'm definitely trying to, you know, close out the game. It's so important as well if you're close to winning the game. Like, you know, we're in that was a really crucial reversal as well. As a really nice play. It's so crucial, you know, if you're second place with like 20 kills that you actually win the game, because, you know, like I say, my win rate for free for was 40%, so wins don't always come often, you know, it's more often than not like second and third. So you really, like, if you're that close to winning, you should really try to close out the game, because, you know, like I say, wins don't come often in FFA unless you're really, really, really good. You know, so you do need to make sure you close out the game and don't choke it. You know, to be honest with you, there's no real reason for you to, you know, choke a game. If you have the lead towards the end, you should be able to close out the game, because the other players underneath you will be panicking, and you've just got to make sure that you don't go full tilt mode, you know, towards the end of the gameplay, and just close out the match. That's the most important thing. You know, the most important thing in free for, in my opinion, is the start that you have, and also the end that you have. The middle of the game also important as well, but I feel that the majority of the, you know, the clutchness comes from the beginning and the end, because the beginning everyone's nervous, and by the end everyone's frantic about, you know, finishing in the place that they want to finish in. So it's definitely the time to go clutch. So at this point here, guys, you can see that I'm just really hungry for this win. I really want it, and so does Adzzyy. But at this point, you know, just doing whatever I can. I'm trying to watch where players will run into and things like that, because there's no death cam in Header 5 free for all, like, you know, Lone Wolves. You could use something from your death cam, but in this gameplay there isn't really a lot of use of that. So anytime you get some sort of look at other players on the maps, you should definitely use it, because that actually enabled me on my previous life, when I got my 23rd kill, to realise that B11 and Z3 then, or whatever his name was, who rage quit the game, after that battle we had with B11, that they traded kills or something, or like one of them was weak, so I knew that I could throw a nade there and get that kill. And at the end there, Adzzyy comes behind me, doesn't realise I know he's there. I nade him twice, and I think he ends up panicking, nading himself, and then I win the game. So I really hope you enjoy this gameplay, guys. It was really, you know, a great win for me at the time. I was very happy to have got it. I was on a bit of a losing streak actually until I got this match, so I was really happy to beat B11 again. You know, obviously I have a lot of respect for him. He's a great player. You know, no disrespect, man. He is still a solid player on Halo, and you know, does have a lot of you know, impressive things he's done in the past, and you know, still a great player to match against. But in this gameplay, guys, it was Serenes that came out victorious, and I really hope you enjoyed this gameplay, guys. I have more practice free-for-all out from the June-July season, and look forward to uploading the August gameplay very soon. This was Serenes. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.